So this chair is 22 years old and I bought it brand new, and while I still love the shape, everything else not so much. The fabric is sun faded, the skirt feels dated, and honestly, I'm just not ready to get rid of it yet. So I decided to try painting the fabric, and there are a few different ways to do this, and I ended up trying more than one. I had a few fails, had to pivot many times, and at one point I was ready to throw the whole thing out. By the end, I figured out what actually made the biggest difference, what I'd do differently, and whether I'd ever do this again. Now grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's dive in. I started by removing the cushions and before taking out the center support. Then I went ahead and removed the nails holding the skirt to the support using a flathead screwdriver. I thought it was going to be a whole thing, but it actually only took about 20 minutes. And now I could remove the support from the chair, which only had a few screws. Then it was time to start painting the upholstery. For the first coat, I mixed equal parts water, paint, and fabric softener. When I was doing my research, I did see a tip to use cheaper fabric softener so the medium stays a little thinner. First, I lightly sprayed the fabric with water and started painting. I did tend to stay in one direction to keep the coats even and making sure to get in all the grooves of the piping. And while the first coat was drying, I moved on to the frame. I decided to try this wood primer I'd been seeing everywhere called Retique It. With this product, after you put it on, you can then stain over it. So now anything can look like wood. And I loved the idea of skipping the sanding and stripping, especially with all these spindles. So I gave it a full coat, moving all in one direction to mimic the way wood moves. Once that was done, I left it sit for the recommended 2 hours. But when I came back, the coverage wasn't great in some areas, so I went in with a second coat to even everything out. Then it was back to the upholstery for coat number 2. This time I skipped the spray bottle to see if that would work because everything was taking so long to dry. And it did end up working and didn't make a difference to how the product went on or felt, and it sped up the drying time by a lot. And before the second coat, I did give everything a quick sand with 220 grit sandpaper, and this made a huge difference. It softened the fabric right away, and this process was so much faster than I expected. You only have to go over it lightly and quickly. So now it was time to stain the frame, and I chose Special Walnut by Varathane. I thought it would be perfect with my fireplace. I brushed it on, keeping everything smooth and in the direction of the wood grain, and honestly, I was so happy with how it was looking. Plus, I was actually able to get coat 3 on the upholstery before wrapping everything up and putting it in the fridge for the night, and I thought we were in a good place. The next morning, it still looked beautiful until I went to move the frame. The stain never dried. So I had to wipe down the entire chair, and at that point I thought, okay, maybe I need to use their stain. So I went on Amazon and immediately saw frequently returned item. And that's when I knew it wasn't just me. So now we're on to plan C. I tried a dark wax I had on hand, and that didn't dry either, so I wiped that away. I was really at a loss, but I pulled out my Waverly water-based stain, which to me acts like a paint, and watered it down, making it a 50-50 solution. And with a little patience, Plan D finally worked. I've refinished a lot of furniture. I've stained, I've painted. I'm pretty comfortable with the process. And I will say this process was not easy to work with. So if you're new to staining, I would skip it, or at the very least, try it on a flat surface first. So once that was all sorted, it was time to go back to the upholstery. And I'll be honest, after 3 coats, the coverage just wasn't there. I did see someone mention using primer first, but they didn't show the process, and I was worried it might make the fabric too stiff. But in hindsight, I might try that next time. So instead, I adjusted my mix with less water this time. And after the 4th coat, still not quite there. So after a quick sand, I changed it again, this time just paint and fabric softener, no water at all. While everything was curing, I headed to the thrift store to see if I could find something similar to those embroidered Pottery Barn pillows, which are as much as $90, and this store usually has great linens. So I was feeling pretty hopeful, but when I got there, the entire pillow covering section was gone. So I started digging through the curtains, tablecloths, placemats, and honestly, anything with texture. And I found some possible options, but then I found where they moved them to, and I was so excited I forgot to film the selection. But you can see a little peek of it behind my cart. And there were a few good ones, but this had the true embroidered look I was going for. It's not exact, but it's really close, and it was only $3.99. So I took it home, threw it in the wash, and that did the trick. It brightened it up beautifully, and now it smells amazing. Then it was time to turn back to the chair and seal everything. I started with a water-based polyurethane, but right away it started moving the stain. So I switched to a much softer brush, and with a really light touch, I was able to get it on without disturbing the finish. For the upholstery, I had only seen one person actually seal painted fabric, and she used a wax. And I did have a clear wax on hand, but I wanted to test polyurethane also. So on the support piece that you don't see because the cushion sits on it, I did half polyurethane and half the wax. And even though the poly was a satin finish, it was still too shiny for me, so I went with the wax. I used a stencil brush in circular motions. It's quick, it's easy, and after about 2 hours, I buffed it out with a soft cloth, and this gave it a really nice, soft finish. While everything was drying, it was time to fill the pillow cover. I found this huge bag of batting and pillow forms at a local shop called Resource Depot. It's one of those places where you can fill a bin for $10. I'll link it below if you're local. It's such a great spot. Finally, it was time to put everything back together. And this is where I started thinking about what I would actually do differently. For the Retique It, I still have about a half a container left, so I may try it again on a smaller piece. Maybe that bench I have a million layers of paint on. But honestly, I'm not very hopeful. It's an expensive product, and I'm not sure I would buy it again. I have another method I've used for years that's much more reliable, and I'll probably go back to that. And if you want me to share that technique, let me know below. Now, painting the fabric, that's a different story. I would absolutely do this again with a few adjustments. I wouldn't use it on something that gets a lot of daily use, like a family room chair, but for a piece like this, it works really well. It doesn't feel crunchy, but it's definitely not soft fabric either. To me, it feels like outdoor furniture, a little more structured, but still comfortable. And visually, it actually reads more like leather than fabric. If I were starting over, I would absolutely use a primer, especially if you're trying to cover a pattern or a darker fabric. And I would skip the water altogether and just use paint and fabric softener only. And here she is. I really wasn't sure how this was going to turn out, especially after everything along the way, but this feels like a completely different piece. It's cleaner, it's more updated, and removing the skirt made such a big difference. And paired with a pillow, it just works. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I'll see you Saturday.